Hey you! Thanks for joining. Today we're going to be answering the question of what should I be drinking? How much water should you be drinking a day? How much soda and other sugary drinks are okay to be getting in? And what are some healthy alternatives out there besides water? So my name is Heather Hall and I am over at realhealthymamas.com. I'm a registered dietitian. I specialize in functional and integrative health, and I am most importantly a wife and mama to 4, soon to be 5 kiddos. So my passion is helping other women and mamas to be able to get real sound nutrition advice and to know what are the simplest, most effective changes that you can make that are going to have the biggest impact on yourself and your family, because we're all busy, right? And so let's just cut through all the garbage and let's get to what works. That's what my goal is for you. So let's talk fluids. What you should be drinking the majority of the time is, of course, water. And I know that's not what some of you want to hear, but it's the truth. So I recommend a minimum of 64 ounces a day of water. Beware of some of the crazy guidelines out there that recommend that you're drinking a gallon or more a day. That's not usually a sustainable goal for people, and it's not usually necessary to achieve health. And also, it's just dangerous for some people, depending on if you have certain health conditions and things going on. So listen to your body. Usually 64 ounces as a minimum is safe for most people, unless your doctor's told you different. And I would love to know, leave me a comment below. Let's do a little poll. How much water are you drinking right now each day? I'd love to kind of get a feel for what people are already doing out there. Here's some of the reasons why I recommend a minimum of 64 ounces a day. So we've all heard that our bodies are 2/3 water, right? And that's actually true. So your body does need ample water for all those millions of little reactions and jobs that your cells and your body is performing for you all day long, every day. So make sure you're giving your body lots of water. If you're working with Kelly or I, a goal of nearly everything that we're going to ask you to do, whether it's exercising or dietary changes or lifestyle changes, is to reduce inflammation. And guess what? A lot of our clients find that when they become less inflamed, a lot of that extra weight and puffiness that they had in their face or their legs or their hands or even their bellies was actually inflammation. And when some people are inflamed, they retain a lot of water. And so if you are making positive changes in your lifestyle and things that you're eating and exercising, you're going to start becoming less inflamed and you might start shedding a lot of water. And that's a really positive sign when we see that start to happen. So some people go along and they'll be feeling great and they'll be losing all sorts of weight and inflammation, and then suddenly they start to feel crummy again. And when this happens, it's usually because they haven't been hydrating properly along the way, and now they're just dehydrated. And so it's a simple fix. Just make sure you're drinking lots of water. Yes, in the beginning, as you begin drinking more water, you are going to pee a lot more. As things kind of level out in your body, and your body needs to flush some things out, and you're shedding water that you've been retaining because you're inflamed, all of that water is going to start, your body's going to start to let go of it all. Plus you're drinking extra water. And so you're going to pee a lot in the beginning, but that will level out over time. Don't worry, you're not going to spend the rest of your life in the bathroom. Also, as you make positive changes and your body begins detoxing and flushing out a lot of that crud that it didn't have the right antioxidants and nutrients to get rid of before, it's going to be doing this through bowel movements, through your urine, and through your sweat mostly. And so you need to have a lot of water for all those processes and for your body to be able to flush things out properly. So make sure you give it that. As you begin eating healthier, you are likely going to be eating more fruits and vegetables and beans and nuts and seeds, which are all really high fiber foods. And that's great. Lots and lots of fiber is super important for restoring your health. But keep in mind that it's also going to be more difficult to digest, and fiber requires a lot more water to be able to flush it through your digestive tract. If you're not drinking enough water as you increase your intake in fiber, you're going to end up really constipated, crampy, and uncomfortable as your body adjusts to those dietary changes. So I suggest increase your fiber intake slowly. If fiber is going to come from plant foods, and make sure you're drinking lots of water. If you're exercising, becoming even a little dehydrated is going to affect how tired you feel in your workouts. Your muscles are going to be more sore after working out, and you might not bounce back as quickly from your workouts. So there's one more reason why you want to make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Now, if you're like me and you can't drink a lot of water right before or during workouts, or you get side aches or stomach aches, then just make sure that you're drinking throughout the day, and then you can lay off a little bit, 30 to 60 minutes before your workout, and then after your workout, immediately start rehydrating again. All right, so let's talk about what are some other drinks out there and how much of those are okay to drink, okay? So sodas, fruit drinks, lemonades, sweet teas, sports drinks, flavored waters, all of those are really common alternatives that people are drinking on a regular basis. And many people are so accustomed to these sweetened drinks that they really don't even like the taste of water anymore. So there's several reasons why I suggest cutting way back on your use of all of these sweetened drinks. So keep in mind that just one regular size can of soda has around 40 grams of sugar. So that is close to double the amount that I recommend most women and children get in a day of sugar. And a lot of people aren't drinking cans, they're drinking fountain drinks, which are larger. And some of the largest fountain drinks actually contain upwards of 100 grams of sugar just in that one drink. And so that's more than 4 times what I recommend that women get in a day for added sugars. And you're drinking it all in liquid form, requires no digestion to be absorbed. It's just going straight into your blood. And you're usually drinking it within a fairly short amount of time. This puts an enormous burden on your body. It disrupts your blood sugars, your insulin, and it's going to cause a cascade of effects in other systems in your body. It's just bad news. Sugary drinks are also going to result in you storing fat around your belly region and around other organs. So you've heard of the rise in non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. This is one of the causes, too much sugary drinks and sugary foods in our diet. And so besides just the sugar in soda, a lot of those other sweetened drinks out there, their nutrient profile's really not much better. So read those ingredient lists. On a lot of these sodas and sweetened drinks, there's also a whole lot of other gunk in there besides the sugar that's really putting a burden on your liver and your digestive system and your kidneys because they have to process those out. Many of these drinks are also going to be so high in sodium and sugar that they're actually dehydrating you further rather than hydrating you. And I have heard people say, I feel more hydrated when I drink a soda than when I drink water. No, sorry, that's just not happening. Even if you feel that way, that's not what's going on in your body. If you are feeling thirsty, your body needs water. And then let's talk for just a second about like diet sodas or sugar-free drinks or like the calorie-free drinks. Those are better, right? No, they're actually not really. So just keep in mind that if it tastes sweet, it's because it either has sugar in it or it has sugar alternatives in it. And those come with their own set of health risks that are often even worse than those that are associated with sugar. So It's not just a magically sweet flavored water that's perfectly good for you. There's something in there that's making it sweet, and that's probably not very good for you. So what are some good options to be drinking at those times when you don't want to drink just water? So 100% fruit juice in small amounts, like 4 to 8 ounces a day, is an okay alternative. Just make sure that it's actually juice you're drinking, because there's a lot of juice drinks out there that have a tiny bit of juice in them, but it's mostly just sugary flavored gunk in there. So 100% fruit juice is what you want to look for on those bottles. There's also a lot of great probiotic drinks out there. There's kefir, or you might have heard it said kefir. A lot of people say it that way. That is almost like a yogurt drink, and you usually will find it near the yogurt in the dairy section of your grocery store. And then there's also a type of probiotic drink you can get commercially nowadays that's excellent, called Kavita. And I find that in the produce section, in the refrigerated section of the produce aisle at my grocery stores. So look there for that. And also in that same section, you can find something called kombucha, which is a probiotic drink made using tea. So keep that in mind, that if for any reason that you don't want to be drinking tea, kombucha does have tea in it, but Kavita is a good alternative. It's also probiotic and healthy if you don't want the tea. You'll notice small amounts of sugars in the ingredient labels of some of those drinks. And so just keep in mind, most of those sugars are actually processed out by the healthy bacteria in the drinks. They feed off of them and turn those into the natural carbonation that's in those drinks. There are a lot of smoothies on the market that are made from whole foods ingredients. So just read those ingredients lists and make sure it's not a lot of junk in there, but it's actually like fruits and juices and things. And drink them in moderation, because even though the sugar in them is coming from natural fruit, there can be a lot of it in one of those little drinks. And so just do so in moderation. And then, just look around, read labels on stuff. There are more and more products coming out on the market. One that I've noticed and that I believe has a healthy ingredient list, read it for yourself and see, is Mama Chia. And I know there's a lot of other stuff coming out there. And then another great option is also just to flavor your water, spice it up a little bit with fresh fruit slices or a drop or two of essential oils. So I'd love to hear, leave a comment. What are your favorite healthy drink alternatives out there? Go ahead and share those so that other people that are watching this we can benefit and learn from each other. I'd love to know what you're drinking out there besides water to be healthy. So just as a recap, some of the benefits of water is that all of the cells in your body systems need it to function and be at their best. It's going to help you feel better. It's going to help your body to flush toxins, to be less sore and recover from workouts more quickly, to avoid constipation and digestive issues with a higher fiber diet. And most drink alternatives to water are going to contain very high amounts of sugars, alternative sweeteners, additives, sodiums that are going to really just burden your liver and your digestive system and your kidneys and throw off your blood sugars, insulin, and other hormones, make you store fat around your belly and your organs, and contribute to a lot of different chronic diseases. So drink those sort of things in great moderation. And I promise that as you drink less of those things, it might sound horrific right now to not drink your soda every day. You will lose the taste for it over time. And so it won't become quite so difficult as it seems right now, maybe. Water's the best drink of all, but if you want other occasional healthy drinks in small amounts of juice, smoothies, and then probiotic drinks like kefir, kavita, kombucha, or adding flavor to your water with fruit slices or essential oils are all really great options. Aim for 64 ounces as a minimum per day, as long as that hasn't been contraindicated by your doctor. And I would love to hear your thoughts and comments below. So thanks for joining in. I hope that that was really helpful to you, and we'll see you in the next video.